So hello everyone, welcome to the fifth lecture of this Python series, and I hope you have completed the first four lectures before coming to this fifth lecture. And in the previous lecture number four, we have discussed what are expressions and what are operators and operands, different types of operators and the precedence between them, which follows the basic math but slightly differs in each programming language. And then we've also discussed about augmented assignment, and then we've also discussed that in the comparison operators we get only boolean results like either true or false. And we've also discussed about the and or clause and their logics. So in this lecture number 5 we'll be discussing about the strings, especially all the knowledge that you need to know to deal with strings in Python. So in that we'll have how we uh, assign strings and indexing, slicing, and extra, etc. So let us start today's lecture with how we define strings. Okay, so a string is just an ordered characters. Is just a sequence of characters which are ordered, and whenever we create a string it will have a unique index defined in that string, right? Each of the characters have an unique index defined inside the string. So for example, if we create a string named as single quote, here sin, each character has a unique index. It's like an for example, if we have a class, right, every student has their own roll number, right? In the similar way, here every character has a unique index, and there is a method to, there is a convention through which we can index the characters present in a string. We'll come to it. So whenever you need a string, like if we are defining, if we are assigning an integer or a float number, we can just assign it directly, like a is equal to 5, then 5 will be assigned to a, right? But when we are assigning strings, we need to use quotes. It can be single quotes, it can be double quotes, and it can be triple quotes also. The difference between them is, like for example, if you need a single quote in between, if you need to use single quote, we just can't use single quotes on the overall outside of the string, right? Because the Python interpreter defaultly chooses the first two strings, the first two quotes as its string. So it will take I and T as its string if we define it here, right? So I hope you have understood. So in between of the string we have a single quote, so we are using double quotes here. And similarly, if we have double quotes here in the middle of a string, so we can use single quotes or triple quotes. So I hope you have gotten an idea. So let us see here, we have created a single quote string here and a double quote string here and a triple quote string here. Triple quote strings are generally used to create strings which are of multi lines, so like to write a lot of big paragraph or to take a heavy inputs from the user, like maybe an essay or like that type of things. We use a triple quoted strings, right? This is how we assign these strings. Okay, so this is how we assign the strings. And now I'd like to teach you about escape sequences. See, when we talk about escape sequences, I think I've already told you about \n in the previous lecture. Like it is a character that we use to go to the next line. To click and enter in the keyboard. The interpreter does that. We can click enter, but the interpreter, it presses a \n so that it can go to the next line, right? So there are here two types of escape sequences shown here. One is \n, which gives us a new line, right? And \t, so whenever you use \t, it gives you a tab space. Four normal spaces or a tab space, which is generally used while indentation defaultly, right? Which happens in the background. So in this example, if you see here, they've pressed here print line 1 backslash and line 2. So here if you see that defaultly after line 1 he has pressed backslash n, that means the cursor will print next line. After coming to line 1 it printed next line and then printed the line 2, the remaining part of the string, right? That is how escape sequences work. So if you print backslash t, two tab spaces will be printed. If you click backslash n and backslash n two times, it will click the cursor for once and then skip this whole line and again go to the next line, right? So these are about the escape sequences. And now let us talk a little bit about the indexing. So whenever there is a string and if you want to access the parts of the string, right, we can use indexing. And there are many other advantages of indexing. You can just access a short part of the string or anything you like, so you can manipulate however you want, like you can retrieve whatever you want. So I mean, you can't manipulate the string, you can't change it because strings are immutable. So whenever we talk about something which is mutable, it means it can change, it can be changed. So here we are telling that the string is immutable, that means it is not changeable, we can't change it. Once a string is defined, we just can't make changes to it, but just access the string in a different version or a different uh, part of it as we want using the indexes. Like here we have Python, we can just extract py, we can just extract HON, or however we like. That is about the accessing data which is already present, but we cannot make changes to the data that is already present in the Python, right? It is immutable and we can access it. So while to use accessing we need indexing, and there are two ways to define the indexes of a string. One is from the starting and one is from the end. When we are starting, we start the indexes from 0. So if we see this example here, we have a string called Python, Python. It has 6 characters in the Python has 6 characters. When we are starting from the left side, we need to start from 0 as the index, right? 0 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, we start from 0. So the index of p is 0, the index of y is 1, the index of t is 2, the index of h is 3, the index of o is 4, the index of n is 5. And the same python have another indexes which are from another convention, from the right side convention. From right side, if we're starting, we need to start from -1. From right side, it is from -1, -2, -3, -4, -5 and -6. So these are how we put indexes. Now if we want to access it, how are we gonna access? So let us I'll show you an example. So for example, we have a variable a as Praveen, right? Let me take my name. So now if I wanted to access different types of characters in Praveen, okay, so how we can access is, we want to print it to the output. So I want to print it, so now we want to access something in Praveen and it is stored in a, I mean it is binded, it is linked to a, right? So we will type it as a, and whenever we are accessing the index of a string, we need to type square brackets. The index will come inside the square brackets. And one more thing we have forgot to name it as in string, right? A string comes under quotes, right? Next, so if I want to print only the if I want to print p, what is the index of p? That's 0. So I'll print 0. And if I want to print v, what will be the index of v? 0 1 2 3. So I'll click print a square brackets 3. If I want to print the last one, we don't need to count 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. As we know it is the last one, we can just type a of -1, right? So let us see. We should get p, v and n, p, v, n, and the default end is new line backslash n in print statement, as we have not mentioned it, and we did not use any separation, so it should be p, v, n on separate lines, right? This is what we'll get. A default observation is that whenever we have a string and it has maybe n characters, right, n characters, the indexing will be from 0 to n minus 1, right? It will be from 0 to n minus 1, and it will be from -1 to -n. If we, this is from the right side convention, right side, and this is from the left side convention. This is the left side convention. I am very sorry for my handwriting. I don't have my pen tab right now. Okay, so this was how we'll do indexing for a string, right? Not only for the string, even if we are having any other data types which will store in the future, like dictionaries, set, tuples, and etc., in which we can store multiple values. If we store multiple values in them, and if we want to access something inside that set, tuple, or string, or list, we can access them using the same indexing rules, right? The indexing is universal. It will just from the left side you go from 0 to n minus 1, and from the right side it will be -1 to the last of that will be -n. Okay, so now there's a concept called slicing. What is slicing? So whenever we want a single character, we can just tell its index. But if we want a part of it, like if there's Praveen and I just want only a part of it, I want Prav, or I want Veen, so we can use slicing, where we can print multiple characters or a part of the string overall, right? If we want, for example, if I want PRAV to be printed, okay, what can I do? I can print the 0th index, I can print the first index, and I can print the second index, and then I can print the third index, right? You can do this, and again they will be printed on separate lines, but I don't want separate lines, so I need to keep a comma and then click sub is equal to none. So I mean, sorry, we don't need to change the sub, we need to change the end is equal to nothing. We need to do that for all of them, right? That is a long process. So instead of that, we will be using slicing. So we will just click the same print, we will click A, and we need to access the index. So what we'll do is we will go from 0 to what is the ending index that we need to print? We need to print PRAV. The index of V is 4, right? No, index of the V is 3, so we need to print from 0 to 3. It has printed only PRA. So this is a basic thing that we don't get to know. That is that we need to press another index. The Python interpreter only takes till an index lesser than the right side of the slicing part. Okay, so you need to keep that in mind. Now it will print PRAV, right? So let us take another example. For example, our string is engineering. Of course it is a string, right? And we want to print engineer from it. Okay, so what are we gonna do? we're gonna do print of string from index engineer. How many words does it have? 8, right? Eng and near 448. So we know the index goes from 0 to 7, but the right side of the slicing is not included, so it's obviously 8. So from 0 to 8, so it will print engineer. Right, we just got what we needed. So this was a small example on slicing, and so you can go from 0 to 3. It is not only from the starting, you can go from your desired to your whatever you want. So in this we went from starting to ending, and from also if you are going from starting, you don't need to mention that, right? See, for example, there is a string called Praveen and you want to print it. So now if you want to print everything from the starting, you don't need to show it as 0. You can just leave it. So when you leave something the left side, it is defaultly started from 0. So this is the hyphen. I want to print till 7th index. So now what it will do, the left number is not given, the left index is not given, it will do it from 0. And if the right is not given, it will do till the end, till -1. Okay, so that is how it works. So see here, if we are printing 2 hyphen, we did not give anything in the right side, so it will print till end. What is here, our string is Python, so the second string would be 0 1 2, that would be T. So it will print from T to the ending, THON. It should print thon. See here, we got thon as the output. I hope you are able to see it, right? So now we are printing S of the left side index is not given, so it will print from the beginning till the third index. So from first of all, the third index is 1 2 3, it's 0 1 2 3, it's H, but the right side is not included, as we know, so it will print till PYT. And then now when we are talking about the double hyphen, what that means is that the first index is where it starts, the second index is where it ends, and the third index is the gap between each character that needs to be printed. Okay, so for example, if we keep if there's a string of engineering, there's a string called engineering, and we want to print okay, now we have 2 hyphens. So for example, if I keep 1 here, that means I'm starting from the index number 1 character. What is index number 1? 0 and 1. It is n. It starts from n. Okay, where do I want to end it? I want to end it at the last second index. Okay, and I want the gap to be 2. So it will start from n, the gap will be 2, so it will leave gi, it will print n. It will leave ee, it will print r. But I want it to end at n. So the gap is more than 1. The gap is 2, but we don't need to print it. So it will print only n, n, r. Okay, so that is what I think will be the output. Okay, when we are talking about the gap, it is not the actually the gap. It will print 1 and go 2 indices, print that, go 2 indexes next, print that, go 2 indexes next, and print that. Understood? So it is not about the gap, it is about the how many indexes it will go further from that. Okay, so there's another simple logic in this. If you want to reverse a string, how will you reverse it using this slicing? This is a question for you. Please think your time. I'll give you 2 minutes of time. think it, and let us see how you can reverse a string using slicing. Okay, so I think you have made your thinking. So how you can reverse an string? So if I need to reverse it, I need to get it from the end, right? So I will start from the first, I'll start from the till the end, and I want the gap to be -1. So that means it will print everything, but the gap will be, so when it is at E, it will go -1. So it will go to G, it will go to N, it will go to I, like that. It will print the reversed. See? GNIREN and engineering. See, that is the reverse of the string. So the logic for the reverse of the string is slicing through hyphen hyphen -1. So I hope you have gotten this. So yeah, it feels annoying until you see the way of 0 to 3 gives exactly 3 characters, as S of A minus B gives exactly B minus A characters. I'm sorry. Yeah. So now we are going to talk about the point that we can't change strings, right? They are immutable. Strings are immutable. That is why we have, for example, here if we see in this example, we have defined S with a string called cat. And now what we are doing is we are accessing the first character of S, that is C, right? Index 0, and we are reassigning it to B. So that means we are trying to change cat to bat. We are changing C to B. But as we have discussed earlier, in Python, the strings are immutable. They can't be changed. That is a rule. So it will give you a type error. Can't change a character in place, right? But we can redefine it. We can build a new string. Totally, like S is equal to cat, we have redefined it to S is equal to bat. That's it. But we can't make existing changes into the string. Okay. So string is immutable. So let us check what topics till we have done till now. We have discussed about how to make strings and the escape sequences, which is backslash n and backslash t, and we have discussed about indexing and how we can do slicing. We will be doing some problems also, don't worry. And we have discussed that string is immutable, and now we will be discussing string methods. So what are string methods? They are some standard functions that we can manipulate and play with the strings. So some of them are upper function, strip function, replace function, split function, and length function. So let's discuss about length function. As it is in the name, it gives you the number of characters present in a string. So my string is Python course. I'm sorry, Python course. So I want to know how many characters are there, right? So we just can't keep counting it always, and the background, if the machine needs to type it, we have a simple function predefined in the Python. See, the advantage of Python is that we have many and many predefined functions which we can make use of. In other languages, generally we need to define every function, or every, if we need to do some repeating and recurring tasks, we have to make some paths and functions and methods by ourselves. But in Python, there are many pre-built functions which are ready to use for us, which makes our coding very easy. So that is a big advantage of Python, as what I know and what I have observed in my coding journey with Python. So if I want to print the length of this string one, so first I need to print it to the, so I'll be using print, and then I want the length. Okay, length, the length function is used like this, length and parenthesis. In that I want to print the length of string one, right? So now let us see the length of string one. It has 12 characters, Python 6 and course 6, right? It has 12 characters. So we have discussed the length function, and now we are going to discuss the split function. So whenever we have a split function, when you type any, like if you want, if the user typed, for example, if we take a practical example, you took an input from the user of a paragraph, maybe he typed many things randomly, but you want each word to be taken. So what will the interpreter do? We can use, when we use a split function, it will search for spaces. Until you get a space, it will take that items as a string and separate it in a form of list, right? So let us write a program to do that. For example, I have a string which is, let me type, I am a very happy and healthy person in real life. So this is our string. This might have come from input or anything, but this is the string we have, and we need to extract each and every word separately. So for that we'll be using split function, right? So we can use print split, will be splitting the string, right? So actually this is not how we use split, so we need to just write string, we need to put a dot and then split it. What are you going to split it with? I want to split it with hyphens. Maybe I want to use hyphens. So I think I've not closed it properly. Let me just do it like this. Okay, this is a little new to me, I'm sorry. So let us type something like this. How are you? And dot split. Okay, so we're going to be using the split function right here. So we'll be doing it, we'll be printing it, and for example we have a string, we are happy, right? How we can use a split statement with this string is that we put a dot here and we use the split function and we close it with the parenthesis, and we can use whatever we want to separate it with. Defaultly it will be using a comma, right? So for example we have done this, so it is printing we are happy. So that is how we use this split function, and this is generally used when we are taking an input, whenever we are defining a variable and assigning it with input statement, and you want to take the data separately with each word, so that you can fill them in a list or dictionary or into anything in any data type. So that time we will take the inputs with dot split function, right? So I hope you have understood the use of split function, and so we have completed length and split. So there's another thing called replace. You'll use it in the same way. You'll put dot and keep replace parenthesis. You'll, in the first thing before comma, you'll use what you need to change, and in the right side you'll keep with what you're going to change. What you're going to change with what? Okay, we're going to change a with @ symbol, right? We're going to use that. So similarly, there is a function called strip, which just removes the spaces on the extremities of your string. Okay, so for example it is there, I am, two spaces, and then I am space happy, and then spaces. So it will not trim the spaces inside the string. It will it will strip the spaces present anything outside the strings. So it will just remove fake spaces and reduce the characters generally if the user has clicked any useless spaces, right? And then we have an upper function which converts our string to capital letters. So whenever you want a lowercase string to be converted, you can use upper function, right? Dot upper. So now let us see what are f strings. So till now generally when we wanted to print something with separation and all, we used to print with commas and ends and separation and all. But if we want to do it however we like, and we want one separation for this and one separation for that, you can't do that generally with only the separation keyword, right? So if we use f strings, we can type however we like. So you just use the quotes and put an f behind the quotes, and then for whatever variables you are using, you will use curly braces to print them, and whatever is inside the quotes will be printed. So in this example, let us try to copy this, so it will not be copied. So here we have name is equal to Sam and age is equal to, for example, 18, and we want to print it. We want to print a statement called as hi, my name is Sam, or hi, I am Sam and my age is 18. So we can use f strings like this. Okay, f strings will print hi, my name is, I'm sorry, my name is, we will use curly braces for using the variables. My name is name, in which we will get Sam, and we will use age years old. So that will print hi, my name is Sam and comma 18 years old. So we can type however we want. Here we have a space, here we have commas too. So like that way we can print however we want, right? See here, hi, my name is Sam, 18 years old. See, we can print like that however we want. That's the use of f strings. And we can also, there's also another format. We can just remove this f and remove this variables inside, and then put dot format, and then put name and age right here. I think it should be working in this same way too. See, hi, my name is 18 years old. So you can also do f strings like this also. You can put a dot format at the end of the quotes, and just whenever you need a variable, you can leave with the braces, curly braces, and fill them with dot format type of thing. Okay, I hope you have understood this. Okay, that is about the f strings. We can have the build the text with a clean way, right? So now we are going to, so I, in the first lecture where I have discussed about the deep mechanics of the computer and how the data is stored and how characters were made, how characters are stored, everything is stored. Now you actually should know what a character really is, right? A character 65 is not 65 to a computer. It is just in the form of zeros and ones, right? So I hope you understood that, and let us get into some problems right now. Let us practice some problems. So here we have some warm-up problems for us. Store your full name in a variable, print its length, its first character and its last character, and use a negative index for the last. Of course we will be using a negative index. We will not be counting the number of indexes, number of characters, and doing that, right? So we need to, what do we need to do? I'm sorry, store my name, length, and first last characters. Okay, so my name is, I'll store in a variable called name. Okay, and I'll store my full name. Okay, no need of full name, this is enough. I need to print the length, right? So I'll print the length of my name, right? Then what do I need to print? I need to print the first character. Okay, first character would be 0 and the last character would be -1, right? This is what they asked to do, right? The length, the first character, the second character, we stored it in a variable and printed it. So this was how you need to do. And now from program, slice out gram. So you need to use slicing here with indexing. So what is gram? So we are printing from G to the end of the string. So we need to just count the index of G. G is the fourth character, so the index of G will be 3, right? 0 1 2 3. So let's assume name is equal to program, and we print the third index, sorry, not fourth, third index to the end of the string, which will give us gram, which was what we need to print, what we were needed to print, gram. Okay, so what it is asking is, the third question, take hello and print it stripped in uppercase. Okay, so there are some extra spaces, right, behind and after hello, so we need to strip it, and we need to print it in uppercase. Okay, we will do it because it was hello, which was having spaces. Now what we need to do, we need to print it, the name, and we need to strip it, strip. And then we can also, can we use another function the same line? Let us check. We need to use upper. Let us see if this will be done or not. Yes, it does work. So we can use multiple functions right here by dot strip, dot upper, and anything you like. Okay, so we got a hello here, hello printed here. Yeah, next, use an f string to print in 5 years I will be x, where x is your age plus 5. Okay, let us make a program from this. We will ask the user age is equal to input. We will ask the user to enter your age, right? He will enter the age, and we need to add age with 5. This is augmented assignment, and we need to use an f string and print in 5 years I will be dash, right? So we need to print using f strings in 5 years I'll be what? You'll be age. That's it, right? Let's try to run it. Let us clear the terminal so that you'll be able to see good. Yeah, so I'll be entering my age as 19. We have an error here, which is type error, can only concatenate string. Okay, yeah, this is a mistake from my side. See, as we know, the input will take only string, so we need to convert it into integer in the first place, right? So now it should not give an error. Enter your age, it's 19. So in 5 years I'll be 24. That's good, right? In 5 years I'll be 24. Okay, so these were the warm-up questions. I hope you have enjoyed the today's lecture. So we have completed all of the theory that we need to complete. F string, what a character really is, that we have already completed in the first lecture. So if anybody has not completed the first lecture, just go to first lecture and watch it. It is really interesting that I've discussed the base root of how the computers are just magnificently working with just zeros and ones, right? And we have discussed some 4 practice problems, and we'll also discuss some more practice problems. I have some more of them for you. So in these questions, I want all of you to first think for 5 minutes. You should be solving them in 2 minutes. I mean, these are very easy questions. And then see my explanation. And you should think like an interpreter. You have to trace everything, and you need to tell what the output would be. You can take a pen and paper if you want, but you can be doing with your mind, right? So we have a string here, which is Hyderabad, and we need to print it. We have 4 things that we need to print. We need to print the first character, that is H, and there is a comma, but there is no separation mentioned here. So H space the last, so capital H space D, and from 2 to the 5th index, that is means till 4th character, right? 0 1 2 3 4 5, but it will be printing only till here, till the 4th index. So that's R from 0 1 2, so D E R. So H space D space D E R, and till the 3rd index, 0 1 2 3, that will be hide. So that will print H D D E R H I D E H Y D E. Let us see the output. So you got H D D E R H Y D E. Yes, as expected, right? Let's clear the terminal. Okay, the next question is, we have a string as programming. You need to do these both. I hope you will attempt yourself. I'll wait for 2 minutes. You just try this and write the output in the paper. Okay. Okay, so here we have the string to be programming, and we need to print from the second character to the eighth index. I mean till the ninth character, and we need to print alternative ones. So from R, G, A, M, I guess. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So R, G, A, M, I guess. R, G, A, M. R, G, A, M. Yes, we got it right. And the next thing is that we need to print from the starting to ending, but we need to reverse it with every alternative thing. So it's G, I, M, R, O, P. G, I, M, R, O, P. Yes, we got it right. So the next thing is we need to just use strip function. So the spaces will be mentioned out. The spaces will be stripped out from Claude in the beginning, and in ending we'll just get Claude. Okay, now we have this question. We have a string Python. We need to use upper function, so all of them will be becoming capitals, and then we have replaced P, capital P, with J, so it will become Jython. With Jython. And then we have string concatenations here, right? When we are adding two strings, they will be concatenated. I mean, they will be kept aside, right? So the first string is that from the starting to the third index, that is till the second character, 0 1 2. I mean, yeah, till the third character. I mean, till the second index and till third character. So that will be GYT, and from the third character, that is second index, to the end. So that's YTHON. Okay, so let us see what we will get. So we got JYT and HON, right? So the next thing, explaining ORD and char are doing. So I hope you will try this question for 2 minutes. Okay, so I hope you have tried these questions, and I am here to give you some homework questions too. You can try this 7, 8, take a screenshot, and then 9 and 10. And then 1, 2, the third one, the fourth one, fifth and sixth, seven, 8, and ninth one, the 10th one. There are some extra questions, so these are some things that you need to do your research about, read a word about from the, like, these are some questions that you need to do along with those questions. If you have any doubt, you can please comment down in the comment section. I welcome you, and I will be helping you with anything that you need. So today we have discussed everything about the strings, how we index them, and how we use slicing, how we reverse and string, how we reverse a string, how you use f strings, and some practice problems and all. So in tomorrow's lecture we'll be coming up with new concepts. So that is it for today, and thank you for staying till here. I hope you just completed your homework problems, and thank you.